Let me tell you about this dude, Giuseppe Garibaldi. They called him hero of both worlds. What? Did he dress as a woman and then had a car accident? Firstly, wow! You can't say that! Secondly, that's not what they called him. Take two. Let me tell you about this dude, Giuseppe Garibaldi. They called him hero of the two worlds. He was a professional rebel fighter and the main name behind the creation of a unified Italian state. In the 19th century, Italy was just a gaggle of independent states who only cared about themselves. Now, a lot of Italians thought that was totally dumb, including a marine merchant called Garibaldi. "We'll unite Italy," said those Italians. "No, sillies, you will not," said Austria condescendingly as they crushed the peasant army. See, the Austrians weren't all too keen to have a powerful Italy just sitting there lurking. Garibaldi was sentenced to death, but instead of dying, he chose to escape to South America. He landed in Brazil, and as soon as he heard about a state trying to become independent, he joined the rebels. Well, that didn't quite work out, they lost, so Garibaldi moved on to Uruguay. There, he fought in the Uruguayan Civil War with his own red shirt wearing army called the Italian Legion. After a while, Giuseppe finally decided to settle and leave all that rebelling behind. He started working as a teacher and a merchant. But why does an ordinary teacher have his own legion? Asked everyone who saw the teacher with 60 uniformed men. None of your damn business, is what Garibaldi would have said hadn't he already gone to Italy to join the revolution. Now, Italians were always our trendy, fashionable people. If 1848 meant that all of Europe was into revolutions, well then, the Italians were gonna have one as well. When Garibaldi came back, the First Italian War of Independence was taking place. The name really makes you wonder how the hell they knew this one would fail and there would be a need for another one. As a Piedmontese, Garibaldi offered his services to the king of Piedmont-Sardinia. His past, though, didn't do him much good. So that's the plan, your majesty, if you would like to maybe help us. Have we met? No, I don't recall ever actually. No, I know you from somewhere. I don't think that's possible. I don't think we've ever actually met. Okay. So if you could just... Nope. After that, Garibaldi moved on to Milan, and although he won his battles, they were minor and the war ended badly for the Italians. His luck changed a bit when a papal minister was assassinated, which made the Pope run away, and so the Romans proclaimed their own republic. Anti-Catholic Garibaldi joined them, but the pro-Catholic Napoleon, no, not that one, his nephew, sent the French army to Rome. Being heavily outnumbered, Garibaldi had no other choice but to abandon Rome and give it back to the Pope. Garibaldi fled from Italy, again, and decided to take a gap year. Well, 5 gap years, and go on a journey of a self-discovering student who got stood up for prom. He visited all these places around the world, which we thought would be kinda interesting. After Garibaldi returned and the Second War of Independence happened, nobody was particularly happy with the outcome, especially Garibaldi. Alright everyone, settle down. The Second War is over officially. Boo, Second War, boo. Unfortunately, we had to give Nice to France. It's what? Boo, France, boo. Boo, France. But we've taken Lombardy from Austria though. Boo, boo Austria, boo. Boo, Austria? You just can't please some people, am I right, guys? Boo, some people. Anyway, I'm just not gonna attack Rome at the moment. I hope that's... Boo! Boo, King Victor! Boo! Soon after this, people started rioting in Sicily against the Neapolitan kingdom. Garibaldi joined them, of course, with 1,000 red shirt volunteers. Once he landed, it took Garibaldi 3 months to take over the whole island. He became the dictator of Sicily in the name of the King Victor Emmanuel. Along the way, Garibaldi became more and more popular. People looked at him as a sort of a hero. His troops grew larger by the day and Garibaldi crossed to the mainland. There was no real fight in taking over the capital Naples, where people greeted him with open arms. His dream of a unified Italy wasn't finished yet though. Rome was supposed to be the capital. He marched on, but in front of him were the French and Italian army. You see, Garibaldi at this point was more popular than the king, and the Italian army was getting kind of peanut butter jelly about his successes. Also, Victor Emmanuel wasn't quite ready to start a conflict with France. Garibaldi handed over his dictatorship land to the king. His only goal was a unified Italy. In the following years, Garibaldi attempted twice to take over Rome on his own, but without the help of the king, he failed and was imprisoned both times. After the Austro-Prussian War, Italy annexed Venice, which was more thanks to Prussia than Italy, but you'd already know about that if you watched our Bismarck video. Garibaldi returned to his island of Caprera, and although he didn't take part in Italy's capture of Rome, he lived to see his dream happen. A unified Italy, free from the Alps to the Adriatic. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to click on the bell icon at the bottom of the screen in order to be notified when a new video comes out. See you soon!